Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the very third episode,
Number three.
three of the Wrestledeath 101 podcast. My name is Rich, and we
I'll
got,
go.
oh yeah, and we got co-host Deathmatch Bro. We got Joe Beisler in the building. Joe, what's up, brother? How are you?
How you doing, brother?
All right, man.
Another
Ah,
fine weekend of wrestling.
always, never a dull
Yeah.
moment in the world of wrestling.
Nah,
So,
all bunch of good stuff coming, going.
yeah, we're coming up on still WrestleMania season.
Oh
Hollywood
yeah.
Rock back in effect. Uh, Stephanie Man is a very bad girl.
Oh yeah.
Um, yeah, I'll dig into that in a little bit, but
Yeah, we'll get that.
well,
We got
yeah,
some more deathmatch news, some more, you know, uh, all things happening. A couple more matches announced for Mania week.
yeah, yeah.
Oh
We'll,
yeah.
we'll have a little fun with we'll do a death match Mount Rushmore.
Oh,
We'll do a couple of those. We'll have a little fun with that, I think.
oh yeah, sure.
All right.
Always fun to compare that shit.
Yeah. And today is Sunday, February 18th, 2024. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
And last night you were at H2O causing havoc.
Yes, I was.
Yes. So
It was.
break it down for America.
We had a
How'd it go?
like we always do. We always had a good time. My man,
Oh,
Party Marty's always the life of the party now.
oh
I
yes.
love it.
Yes, he is.
But yeah, no, we had originally it was 13. Then we had Kid Osborne show up and make it 14.
Oh,
So they had they had two four-way matches, then two three-way matches, and I like the fact that they did a semifinal then final too. It wasn't a four-way final this time, so it was just one-on-one. That was pretty cool.
nice.
And
Nice.
yeah, like Chondo won his first round, Bam won, Stretch won, and Neil Diamond Cutter won all their first round matches.
Nice.
And they went on to the second round. Uh, Austin Luke and Kennedy Hardcastle tore it up in a title match.
Nice.
Austin Luke retained,
Okay.
but Kennedy's getting that name out there after she was on AEW. Props
Yeah,
to
good
her.
for her. Good for her. Man.
Yeah, props to
Hard work
her.
pays off.
Oh yeah.
She's doing her thing.
And then so once we got to the second round, uh, in the surprise of the night, Jimmy Chondo Lion becomes the Danny Havoc hardcore champion for at least a round because he beats Van Sullivan
Right.
and Neil beat Stretch, and it wound up being it's going to be Neil and Chondo in the final. But before that, we had the psychopath Killdozer
Mm-hmm.
fought my main man Louis Ramos
Right.
in a blood fest.
Yeah, you broke that
Everybody,
down for everyone last week. So how
um,
did that go last night?
dude, they like I said, they haven't fought since 2016, which was the show GCW Date with Destiny.
Okay.
So it's been 8 years, and a lot of people in that audience didn't even see that match. So this was the first time seeing these two maniacs go at it. And dude, Louis got hit with three TV screens. It was insanity, dude. They were cheese grating each other.
Nice.
It was sick. But yeah, I mean, Killdozer's on a roll right now, so you kind of
Yeah.
expected him to go. You know what I mean? I love the character. I do.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Because he's not a good guy. He's not a bad guy. He's just a nut.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's just nuts, and I get a kick out of that. And then so we get to the finals, and it was electrified light tube. And
Nice.
yeah, I got a kick out of it. Man, they had the extension cords and everything. It was set up good.
I
So
did
everything.
see. Yeah, I didn't watch it last night. I was out and about, couldn't make it there, couldn't watch it, but I did see some highlights. It was
Yeah.
pretty
So
gnarly. It was gnarly.
yeah, it was cool. They turned the lights down and everything. Like the match was pretty good,
That's
and
cool.
it was cool to see Chondo and Neil because they have had like the story going for a little bit where they were friends and Chondo turned on Neil and all that stuff. And Chondo, he got his dream to be a champion, but it only lasted one round because Neil wind up coming out as the new Danny Havoc hardcore champion,
All
and
right.
it was a pretty cool moment to see.
Yeah, you know, it's about time. I mean, listen, NDC, Neil Diamond Cutter, he's been doing this a long time.
Oh
And
yeah,
you know, he's been a staple for H2O wrestling for
that's the
years.
thing. I'm happy he's, you know what I mean, because he's not a Jersey guy, but he comes
No,
to
he's not.
H2O all the time. It's great.
Yeah. Hey, big ups to Neil Diamond Cutter.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
solid
I'm
win
glad to see he
yesterday.
got that belt. I love, and again, you know, being the fan that we are, I always get the chills when they start chanting Danny Havoc, and that was the staple throughout the night because it was basically a show for the belt that was named after him. So
Right.
it's always good to remember him because he was one of the real good ones.
No, I agree. I agree. So, good turnout last night.
Yeah, it's another thing. We get there because the mayor, Oldhouse, and my son get there, kind of early, and it was empty. We're like, "What the hell's going on?" Then by like 7:20, it was like packed. So it was
Yeah,
pretty.
nice. Yeah, I
Yeah,
knew. You know, I knew Rob was going out there. I knew Party Marty was going, and then yeah, I see the pics, everything on
yeah,
Instagram.
dude,
It looked like a pretty solid crew out there.
there was some, a lot of people showed up. Even a couple of UWF guys, the backyard guys from around here
Oh, no
were there.
shit.
Yeah,
That's what's up.
yeah, Mikey Anarchy and oh God, who else was with them? That's my fault. I was a
Yeah.
little not sober last night,
Eh,
so
it's all right. That's all right. Yeah, listen, it's all in fun. You're having a good time, and that's all that matters.
yeah. Oh, Jimmy Controversy, that was the other one.
That's right. Okay.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was it
yeah,
was
I know him.
Mikey Anarchy and Jimmy Controversy at the show last night.
That's cool. Yeah,
Yeah, I
so
always like those dudes, man. I don't know if you ever seen one of their shows. Their backyard shows were pretty wild.
yeah, I mean, like I know who they are, but I've never. I'll be honest, I never seen anything, but I know who
It's
they are.
dude.
Yeah,
The reason why I love it so much is because yeah, they need to make their money, but they don't charge you to get in. They just make money off the concessions and merch. Dude, it's awesome.
yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, dude, they've had some fun. They've had some fun shows,
That's
and
cool.
I hope they come back. Rumor they might try to do a show during Mania weekend. We'll see.
Yeah, there might. I think there might be something going on in May. If someone told me something and then you just said this, I think something might be going down in May at H2O. But
Yeah,
we'll
we'll see.
see. We'll see.
Yeah.
More will be revealed, as always, which is one of my sayings.
So yeah, H2O, like we said, good turnout, good show.
Good.
You know, also over the weekend, we
Uh-huh.
know we had the ICW trip over to Europe with Rise.
Yep.
3 shows there. Uh, you know, all the cards looked awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, you know, it was spoiled on Facebook. I don't know if I should spoil it here. Who won the uh, the uh, the God Rise tournament?
Uh,
But
uh,
we can let them find out for themselves.
yeah, yeah. All right. That's fair. That's fair.
But I mean, it was a good. Again, they all seeing the highlights. It all looked good. Obviously, they're not streaming yet. I know they'll be streaming not this Monday, but next Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, all at 8 o'clock. They're going to do all 3 shows in a row, every
Nice.
day.
Yeah. So
But
anyone's out there who they have IWTV or they don't have IWTV,
yeah,
yeah,
no,
go check it out.
yeah, they tape the shows, and then, like I said, they'll have them on in a week. Uh, I know Atticus had some good matches out there. Danny fought some big names.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
Yeah, got some good stuff going on in
yeah,
the deathmatch
he
scene right
fought
now.
Danny fought Clint Margera, Lou Nixon, and Emerson James.
I like Emerson.
Yeah,
I like
yeah,
him.
yeah. So yeah, he had 3 really pretty sick matches.
Yeah. Emerson, she actually looks like my ex-wife.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's not a bad thing. I'm
No,
just
I
saying.
hear you.
I saw her from a distance. I was like, oh wait, that's Emerson. Shit. I was like, wow. Small world. Anyway.
Yeah, definitely look forward to checking those out next week.
Yeah, man. So H2O covered, a little bit of ICW covered, and breaking news last night in the world of extreme
Oh yeah.
out there in California. Joe, you want to break it down for America?
Oh, well, XPW with a big move.
Yeah.
Love this move.
Uh-huh.
For the now they're saying co-main event, so I'm thinking maybe the gauntlet, which we'll talk about too, will be the other part main event. But the co-main event for the world heavyweight title going to be Schlack versus RSP at XPW.
Yeah. XPW, Newark, New Jersey.
Oh yeah,
Next Sunday. Um,
yep, Sunday at 4.
yeah, because that's the show that last we were saying that it got changed from Saturday to Sunday,
Yeah,
and Schlack got stripped to the King of the Death match. Now he needed a
right,
part. He needed an opponent, and then last night on the Rob Black show, he announced that Schlack is facing Ricky Shane Page for the XPW World Heavyweight Championship,
crazy.
which Rob Black, he needed to knock it out the park with this one,
Yeah.
and he did.
Oh yeah,
He did.
sure. Let's say, RSP's always. I mean, from his CZW days,
Right.
has been a top guy. I
Yeah.
mean, but he's barely doing death matches and still as popular with being on MLW every week,
Yeah.
prominent role on there, champion. You know, to get him is a good score. And like I said, the gauntlet that they're going to have for the King of the Death match, that's already lining up to be good. They've only announced 6 out of the 8 so far. You got Judge Dredd,
Right.
Tarzan Duran,
Yep.
Maga Butcher, Dr. Redacted, Eric Dillinger, and Homeless Jimmy.
that is fucking solid.
And there's still 2 more. And
Yeah.
I don't know for sure, but I'm thinking one of them's got to be Masada.
Yeah. I mean,
I
we
mean,
haven't seen him in XPW in a little while.
no, but I see my little tricky things, and I'm friends with him on follow him on Instagram, and he did put a thing where he had new merch and it says will be available at Alive and Kicking. So
Okay. Oh, so
yeah,
maybe he's gonna be one of the last two.
yeah,
Because if
or
that's the
at least
case,
maybe a match, something. I don't know.
I mean,
Again, always been cool with me. People
yeah,
have their ups and downs with him. I like Masada. He's been, like I said, he's always been straight up with me.
yeah. I mean, and like I said, like Rob Black, he needed to hit a home run with this, and he did with RSP. And the way that this tournament is lining up, this gauntlet match,
Like I said,
it's stacked. It's
even bringing
stacked.
Redacted.
Yeah.
Redacted's got a big following right now.
Oh, dude. Yeah. I mean, Redact he's crushing it right now.
Yeah, like come on, man.
Yeah.
He's a classic. From his entrances till his insanity in the ring, everybody loves
Yeah. I mean, he's got that energy. That music hits.
him. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. He's at the top of his game right now. He's one of the best up and coming deathmatch guys right now. He totally is.
yeah, yeah. And,
Hmm.
I know. What else? I think we got Dirty Ron versus JJ Escobar, who
Right.
this weekend.
Uh-huh.
Just to segue into this real quick.
Yeah.
You probably seen it. We all seen it.
I did see it.
He he fights Chuck Stein at Horror Slam and gets nail gunned to the ring. Now, again,
Yeah.
I've been watching this shit for 20 something years. I don't think I ever seen anybody pull out the nail gun and nail somebody to the ring, but
No. I've seen piranha death matches. We've seen staple guns. We've
that's what I'm saying.
seen
We've seen like staple the tongue or something,
right.
but dude,
Yeah, we've seen that.
this
But
dude got his
actually,
this dude got his arms nailed to the goddamn ground.
yeah, no thanks. No thanks. But yeah,
Props
but
to
that is a
Jay. I
wild
love
spot.
Jay. He's a fun dude.
That is a wild spot. So anyone who's yeah, I'm sure it's on Instagram someplace because it's definitely on there. Keep your
Oh
eyes
yeah,
peeled, and
no,
who
it was
knows, maybe
all
I
over.
can post it later. But
Yeah, it
that,
was all over. It was on regular Facebook, deathmatch
yeah,
groups everywhere.
yeah, yeah, that was a pretty gnarly spot. That was gnarly. I'm all for blood and guts, man. But that was I don't think I've ever seen that before.
Nah, that was a wild one.
Yeah, I mean we've seen the weed whacker, we've seen oh, I mean we've seen in the Sabu Terry Funk barbed wire match, Sabu breaks out like a 9 inch nail and is literally
Yeah,
stabbing Terry Funk in the forehead with a nail, but not an actual nail gun, and you're nailing someone to the ring.
yeah, no.
That
I mean, you can't. It is almost impossible to kick out.
that's one way to look at it. Interesting strategy.
Yeah,
Interesting strategy.
yeah.
I like it.
And after that match was over, I believe that's when it set up for the next hardest land, Chuck Stein versus Drake.
I did see that.
Yeah,
Whenever you think Drake is done, or he comes right back, and he's not done.
yeah, dude. Yeah, you know, again, another dude I've been a fan of since the early days, and that's impressive to come back the way he did that
Yeah,
fast. You know, props to my man Drake. Hope everything works out for him. I know he's
yeah,
going through
man.
some shit.
I know that actually just reminds me because I was at. Were you at the New York show when in XPW when he faced Arrow Boy? Were you
Oh
there for
yeah,
that? Yeah, I know.
that was
I
match
gotta
of the
post
year.
some clips from that match.
That was like match of the year that year,
Oh my
last year.
god, it was so good,
Yeah,
so good. I'm gonna have to. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go through my phone and I'm gonna post some clips on that tonight. Yeah,
yeah,
that's what I'm gonna do. That
that
was
was
really
phenomenal.
good. Yeah, that was so good.
Yeah.
All right, so we got H2O cover. We got ICW, XPW. Um, let's have a little bit of fun, even though we're always having fun. But we can do a little Mount Rushmore time.
All right. Yeah.
All right. So Joe, if you were to pick your Mount Rushmore of deathmatch guys, American deathmatch guys.
All right. Just American.
Yeah, let's start with American right now.
All
Let's
right.
start with American.
All right. So if we're going just American, I got to do shit. Fremont,
Yeah,
Gage, Danny Havoc, and ooh, again, maybe this is my bias, but a dude that really changed everything didn't last long, but still one of my favorites ever. Sick Nick Mondo.
I mean that's a pretty solid.
Because I always throw Nick in there because there wouldn't be high flying deathmatch guys if it
True.
wasn't for him. Everybody before him was hack and slash.
Yeah, I mean,
I mean,
I
they
would say
did
as far
wrestler
as
moves. Don't get me wrong. I've always considered Gage a pretty decent wrestler,
right,
but he didn't do the moves like we would see an Arrow Boy do now. There wouldn't be Arrow Boy if it wasn't for Sick Nick Mondo.
right. He was the first
He
of his
probably would have
kind.
just he would have been just a straight luchador instead of doing deathmatch and lucha if it
Yeah,
wasn't for people like that. Like I said, he was the first like that. Like, dude, he moved. He was so smooth. Like you watch his non-deathmatch matches,
right.
and he could have been, Ring of Honor champion at some point.
No, because he was that good.
Yeah,
But he chose the
yeah.
deathmatch
I
route.
mean, there'll be people that'll definitely argue because, like I said, he was only around what 5-6 years, but still
Yeah, but his body of work in those 5 or 6 years speaks for itself.
insane,
Yeah,
insanity the shit he did
yeah,
to himself.
yeah. He went in. He went balls to the fucking wall. He did his thing, and he's like, you know what? I'm done.
Yeah,
You know. But you never say never in wrestling. He might
no,
have another match in him. You never know. You never know. Listen, Cactus Jack is
he'll
coming
bring
out at.
back his old pepperoni Tony guy.
Listen, Cactus Jack is willing to come out at age 60. You never know.
Oh yeah, that's the other thing too. I forgot to say, Tremont did come out with that shirt on again last night.
I
He
know.
ain't giving up.
His name is in the hat.
Yeah,
He's making a play. He wants it.
and like him, to me, like he's probably my top American. You know what I mean? Like if you're gonna have the single head on Mount Rushmore would be Matt, and then
Yeah,
you would have Gage, Danny, and Mondo. But Matt is just he was just an animal, dude. Like those was like probably like 4 years. He dominated
yeah,
Deathmatch. You know what I mean? And even with, like I said, Gage came back. They had classic matches.
yeah.
You know what I mean? It's pretty much just always going to be the top for me. Gage, longevity wise, Gage is insane.
He's still doing it. He's
You
still
know what I
going.
mean? It's
Yeah,
not like he was in jail 10 years. He was only in jail, you know what I mean?
right,
He was only going for like 5, 6.
right.
But you know, he's been doing this since what, 98? Beginning in 99, something like
Yeah.
that.
Well, he went to the CZW school, right? So
Yeah, well,
I think
the
he's
first he was on the first CZW show.
right because they started at the like almost like the very tail end of '99, right? CZW
I didn't start going till like 2000, so I
2000.
believe it was 99. Yeah.
Okay, so all right, so Gage has been doing this 25 years.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
So what
and his
about you?
it's difficult. Now I'm definitely putting Tremont in there. Now it's not against the other three, but I was gonna put Sabu,
All right. Yeah. Well, there's nothing wrong with that. Shit.
Cactus Jack, and Terry Funk.
All right.
Now
Yeah.
that was like I put Sabu in there because yeah, he's done. A lot of people don't think that Sabu is necessarily deathmatch, but I don't think a lot of people knew of all the shit that he did in FMW.
Nah.
He did a
No.
lot of deathmatch stuff in FMW. He's
Yeah.
done over 60 barbed wire matches.
Oh yeah.
Like those are considered deathmatch. And yeah, he is more hardcore in ECW because after the Terry Funk Sabu barbed wire match, they never did another one. Because I don't think it was because like, oh, it was that good, or maybe because it was that fucking bad. That shit was brutal.
Yeah.
That was one of the. I mean, up until that point, that was probably the most brutal match you would see. And then you like Terry Funk, like he towards like the tail end of his prime, and then like the end of his career because he didn't want to give it up. That's when he started doing deathmatch wrestling.
Oh yeah.
But he did it for years. And Cactus Jack is king of the deathmatch. And he brought that shit. No, he was in ECW from '94 to until he what '96, mid '96 when he came in as Mankind. He was
Yeah.
going back and forth from Japan and ECW. So and he has that body of work right there in which and he still did deathmatch type stuff in WWF.
Oh yeah.
You
No.
know,
Shit.
barbed wire,
His matches were fun.
thumbtacks, fire, all that shit is deathmatch related.
Dude, if getting thrown off a cage isn't
Yeah,
deathmatch related, I don't know what is.
right.
My man got thrown off the cage through a table. That's
Yeah,
deathmatch is anything.
yeah. That I mean, then he went through the cage, and the cage wasn't even supposed to fucking break.
Nah, dude.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
like that's all. Like yours is even better, paying respects to the guys that paved the way.
because I think there's different Mount Rushmores. You know what I mean? Because like,
Yeah,
yeah, we could do this. I mean, we can do a Japan death match Mount Rushmore.
right. And then
Because,
once you do that, then I throw Kasai as the best ever.
right. I would, I see Kasai. I would throw in Onita.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
But then after that, for me, it's kind of like okay, you could pretty much put because deathmatch wrestling is fucking huge in Japan. Like
yeah.
FMW, they were doing like 30, 40,000 people.
Oh,
You,
dude,
you
it's
know what I
insane.
mean? And they had a whole roster of guys. So, I mean, you could put Takeda in there too. Um, I don't know, man. There's so many guys in Japan that you could put in a deathmatch
Oh God,
Mount
yeah.
Rushmore.
Like you look back at the old friggin' Homa from
Hmm.
Oklahoma. He was
Yeah,
friggin' great until he got hurt.
yeah. I mean, Japan deathmatch Mount Rushmore. I'll go Onita, Kasai, Kobayashi, Takeda.
Yeah,
That's
that's
what that's what I would go for.
yeah.
Yeah. And there's nothing against the other guys. Like, I mean, Hayabusa, he's a deathmatch guy. Nothing against him. But I would have to say, like, those are my four. Those are my top four for Japan.
Hayabusa was responsible for my first ever wrestling road trip.
No shit.
Yeah,
I
we went
love
to
Hayabusa.
Ohio. We went to Ohio for ECW when him and Jinsei fought Rob Van Dam and Sabu.
Oh, the was that the Heatwave pay per view?
Heatwave. Yep.
Oh my god,
Yeah, that was the first time I ever took a trip for wrestling.
that is awesome.
Yeah,
Now
I
that's a
love
story.
Hayabusa. Dude, Hayabusa
I
was
know.
one of my favorites.
No, me too. Me too. Like he was like Sabu in a mask, but there's nothing against Sabu, but I think Hayabusa is a whole lot better than Sabu.
Yeah,
Just
nah,
that much more. He was more agile
he was
and
nuts.
yeah, insane. And that's a bet. Like no one looked like him. He was like a real life Mortal Kombat character.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's how Hayabusa looked. And Jinsei Sasaki, he wrestled in WWF as Hakushi. He was the
Yeah.
Japanese guy. He had the white pants. He had the Japanese tattoos up and down. I mean, they're not real, but you know what I mean. Like that was him.
Yeah.
I mean, he done death matches too. All those guys.
Oh yeah. I remember watching him fight Janela.
Yeah. Is he still wrestling?
Yeah.
Is he really? Good for
I
him.
still see his name pop up every now and then. Yeah.
Wow, good for him.
Yeah, dude, some of those guys over there, they'll they won't wrestle a full schedule, but
Right.
they'll pop up every now and then.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, I crossed the Great Sasuke off my list last week, but if there's any chance that I can get to see Hakushi, Jinsei Sasaki, yeah, I'm there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally am.
Which one was that? I think I was Lost in New York. Is that when Joey fought him? I can't remember now.
Dude, there's so many shows.
Yeah, I remember when Janela fought him. That was a cool setup. That was the last time I seen him live.
Okay. Yeah, hopefully hopefully he can still fucking make it over here somehow. I don't know. We'll figure it. Hopefully he can figure it out.
That's why it's so cool with the next GCW set of shows. This will be. I can't believe I never seen him live. I finally get to see Ito live.
See, here's another one that you can put up there.
Yeah,
Him and Gage.
yeah,
Yeah, him and
dude.
Gage. And then you
There's
got
not many legends left that I haven't actually seen live, and he's one of them.
yeah, I was saying to a couple guys yesterday, like Brett spoils us.
Yeah,
He
good
really
old
does.
Fred.
Yeah. He does. And so we got so GCW March 9th in Atlantic City. Nick
Yeah,
Gage and Raito Ito. They're going one
yep,
on one in a death match. Matt Tremont, um, not the Killdozer, but
correct.
Matt Tremont is facing Abdullah Kobayashi. And then the next night, which is Sunday, March 10th, you got Ito and Kobayashi facing Miedo and Cyclope,
Yep.
which is a match I never thought I wanted to see until Brett announced it.
Yeah, no, dude.
Like, wow.
Yeah, no,
And you
he
know
got
what?
two stellar. He got stellar people for this one, and then you know, not wait. I don't even think there's been many. I know we heard Casey's coming back, but they didn't announce who she's fighting.
No, I think she's
Not
facing
many more
Murdoch.
matches
No,
announced,
she's
is there?
facing Murdoch.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. She's
That's
facing
right.
Murdoch on that March 10th show.
Right. All right. They did announce it. All right. That
Yeah.
was my bad. That was my bad. But is there any other matches announced? I can't remember now.
Not off
Not
the
that I
top of my
know
head.
of.
I know those two.
Yeah, you got the two for that and the two for the other one. I'm sure we'll be finding out more coming up
I'm
now.
sure. Yeah. I mean, because it'll be here before we know it. It's in like
Yeah.
2 weeks. So,
Yeah.
yeah, man. We have a lot of stuff coming up. All right. So, how about your mainstream Mount Rushmore?
Ah, mainstream Mount Rushmore. I got Wow. So by far, because again, people can love it or hate it. A guy got me to fall in love with wrestling twice. Hogan,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
Flair, the other one,
Right.
definitely. Uh, a guy that really, again, I always loved heels once I got to be like a teenager. Because that's why I say, again, one of the reasons why I say Hogan made me fall in love with wrestling twice is because I was like 6 years old when I discovered red and yellow Hogan.
Right.
And I fell in love with the hero persona. And then when I seen the NWO, I fell in love with the Hollywood Hogan persona twice. So the dude was that
I
good.
fucking hate. I hated him when he turned. Oh my god,
I loved it. Dude,
you
it
would
was the
have
greatest.
thought it was my world ended.
Dude, because back in those days, I don't know if you remember. You probably, no, you remember. I don't know if you ever had one. You remember the hot boxes that you could steal cable?
Oh yeah, oh dude, my
So,
dad had we had a
so,
few of those.
so, so I had one back then. So
Right.
everybody would come to my house to watch the pay-per-views.
Right.
Dude, I had like 10 dudes just like in shock, but like all like jumped out of their seats when Hogan hit the leg drop on Macho Man, dude, when he turned. It was the greatest moment ever.
Oh, you see, it wasn't like that for me. I'm 12 years old. My life's over. My
Yeah,
life
see,
is
you were
over.
12. I was 16, so that's a
Yeah.
little different.
All right,
That's where
little.
the
All right.
difference is.
Yeah. Like for me, it was just like I had my Hulk Hogan. I had like the wrestling buddy. I spray
Ah,
painted the NWO on it. I was pissed. I was so mad.
dude,
Um,
I hear you.
but
Now,
then,
if
but
it,
like
if it
over
would
the
have
course
happened
of
when I was
time,
12, I probably would have been the same way. But just because I was a couple of years
yeah,
older, you know,
yeah.
you're bringing your mind's different.
Oh,
You're like, yeah, fuck these people.
I know. I'm like, really? But then, but best believe, like, not long after that, I had an NWO shirt on. So
Yeah.
it is what it
So
is.
again, and then just another goofy lead into that is that's how one of the reasons why I gravitated towards uh ECW at the same year because
Yeah.
of all the friggin' violence and craziness that was going on. I was like, oh my God, I got this right around the corner from my house. Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
And we just started, we got hooked then. But all right, so Hogan Flair, and like I said, Hogan made me love heels so much that Triple H is one of my favorites of all time.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, of all, and side note, of all the bullshit they're talking about the McMahon family, nothing's being said about him. So he's still good in my book.
Hey, to each their own. As of right
Yeah,
now, Triple
he,
H is smooth
he's safe.
sailing.
Yeah,
He's like
and
this right now. Hey, listen.
and again, you know, everybody's going to be different, but longevity and innovation, story wise, Undertaker.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I can't not have him.
Yeah.
So that would be my four mainstream guys, and I feel bad leaving people like Sting off and like The Rock. But I was never a big Rock guy. I was more of an Austin guy, and I feel bad leaving him off. But again, the years that Austin was popular, yeah, mega millions were made and all that shit. But I'm looking at just how long The Undertaker lasted. The Undertaker started years before Austin and lasted 20 years after Austin.
Yeah. He
You know
did.
what I
Yeah.
mean? So that's why I throw him in there like that.
Yeah. No, listen, I respect that.
And
I
Triple
mean,
H was, like I said, Triple H was one of the most evil heels for, again, 15 years.
all right, so
Yeah. So,
Triple H rounds out your
yeah. Like I said, again, he was the heel forever. It was just awesome. Some of the shit he did was insanity. Loved it. Like, dude, come on. You can't get away with the way you remember the way he married Stephanie?
Oh, dude, that was classic. That
He
was so good.
drugged her. He drugged
Yeah.
her.
He
You
drugged her,
can't even joke
but
about that shit no more, dude.
yeah,
That was on TV.
bro. I mean, yeah, but wasn't it like they faked the drugging? Didn't they swerve us like that?
See, they never said if that was that, but they
Right,
wound up being together.
right.
They wound up it was okay, but they never did say if he faked that whole thing or not. Like there was never like a conclusion. Like you had to either come up with your own. Like, did they fake it or did she just fall in love with him after?
Oh, okay. Yeah, it was one of those open-ended.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah,
Yeah. It
yeah,
was
yeah.
never found out like, oh, we faked this whole thing. It was just when they finally wound up together, and then they were just like, oh God, they stayed together. Everybody thought they were gonna break up because the fake wedding.
Right.
That is another
Okay.
classic moment.
That
McMahon
was.
Helmsley era. McMahon Helmsley era was some banging WWE television.
Let me tell you something, man. Like Vince is a quirky guy, and he plays out a lot of this shit that he's really into on screen. Like, this is what you're gonna do. You're gonna drug my daughter, and you're gonna marry her.
Right?
And we're gonna see what happens.
Yeah. Yeah. This is normal for
Can't
this
make
dude.
this up. Can't make
But
this up, man. Oh my
all right,
god.
so that was mine. What's
Okay.
yours now? Who you
I
got
would say.
mainstream wise?
I mean, mine are kind of like. It's kind of like the standard, and I'm talking Hogan, Rock, Flair, Austin. To me,
Yeah, I mean,
those are the four because longevity, as far as Hogan and Flair have the longevity of being those guys on top. Now,
right,
Austin, he only had a few years on top because he was injured,
right,
right? And then Rock, he came in, he was a top guy from like 99 to 2003 and he fucking bolted.
yeah,
So, but as far as moving the needle, the bodies of work that they had in their primes, um, crossed over to pop culture, asses in the seats,
yeah,
all of that. I think you got to go Hogan, Rock, Flair, Austin, and
yeah.
then
I
but
mean,
but, but see, but then it's kind of like okay, well, where does Bruno go? Andre. So what I'll do is they're in their own category. I will put Bruno in
yeah,
his own category. I will put Andre in his own category. I'd put Lesnar in his own category because they're like larger than life. Those
right,
guys. So and then as far as like yeah, I mean Undertaker's in there too. Like how
yeah.
can he not be?
Nah, it's
So
ridiculous. Like I
it's
said,
yeah, I mean I'll put the Undertaker in his own category because he was like, I mean the number one character that Vince made from scratch, the biggest, the most popular, the most successful actual character
yeah,
in
for
the
sure.
history of wrestling is
Yeah,
the Undertaker. So I would put like he's in a league of his own also.
yeah. No, it's like you said, dude. It's sick. Like,
Yeah,
yeah, he was just. I still remember him coming out Survivor Series with Million Dollar Man. Yeah.
dude, I shit my pants. I really thought that this guy was fucking dead. I'm 6 years old and I'm watching the
Oh yeah, no, I
VHS.
was still young too, dude. I'm like, I said the same thing. I'm like, who the hell's this guy?
I it was like one of those things like I ran out of the room, but then I had to go back and make sure like I saw what I saw and I went back and I'm like, this is real, but is this real? Is this a guy? Is this even a
Yeah,
person? This is a
yeah,
guy. This is a wrestler. And he's
yeah.
alive, but wait, he's dead. Is he dead? Nobody knows. I don't
Right.
know. I'm 6 years old, and all I know is that I'm scared shitless, and I'm about to shit my pants.
And the
That's the
best
only
part
thing I
about
knew.
and the best part about back then was you couldn't go look it up and see who this guy was.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It was just some guy.
It was just a dude. That's
Yeah,
it.
you
It was
didn't
just
know
some
he
guy.
was. You didn't know who. You didn't remember who he was. He was not a big name in WCW.
No,
I
I
mean,
mean,
you like a hardcore wrestling fan back then probably knew, but like kids didn't know. They had no clue.
no, I mean, he came in
He
Survivor
scared
Series of
everybody, dude.
1990. I mean, I was watching for maybe a year at that point, maybe two, but that was like casual. I'm talking like I'd be lucky if I remembered to watch WWF Superstars on Saturdays.
Yeah,
And then like I would casually catch WCW or NWA on some random night during the week, and maybe I saw him, maybe I didn't. But I
Yeah,
didn't know
no,
he was fucking mean Marcalis.
no, never.
No,
Like I said, that didn't come. I didn't find that shit out probably until the internet started.
that's right. We didn't have the world at our fingertips back in 1990, so we couldn't
Yeah,
just look it up like, oh, who is this guy?
right.
No, he was just a guy who might have
Yeah,
been dead. He might have
that's
been dead. We don't know.
right.
And then when Paul Bearer came in, I was just like, oh my God, like, what is this? I was,
Oh,
dude,
Percy Pringle.
yeah, all Percy Pringle, and he came in with the all white,
Ah, dude,
the face paint
he was
with the black eyes,
he
and he
was
had like that,
perfect for that,
and he had that the voice, and you had like Undertaker in the back making caskets, and
dude.
the vignettes and the promos that
Yeah,
they did were fucking awesome.
and like I said, he basically friggin' he basically beat everybody at first.
Yeah,
Yeah, he was dominant.
yeah, nobody was touching him. I don't think they should have put the belt on him back in, was it 1991? Because
When
then
he beat Hogan,
yeah, when he beat Hogan. No, I'm not saying it was a waste, but like, why? He's like, that's
yeah,
it, like, especially like back then, like that character did not need that belt.
no, not at that time. No,
He doesn't need it. So I don't know. For me, I was like, okay, so we have like this dead guy. Maybe he's dead and he's got the belt. All right,
yeah,
cool. But but I think because the Undertaker character was so carefully produced and so carefully like booked, and it was very meticulous. It was so Vince was very, and his people, they were very like, we are being careful with this thing, and they did. He was never oversaturated. Like,
no,
and there were
no,
times when, like, all right, he got a little beat up. All right, so cool. He'll go away for a couple months, and then he's coming back. And instead of wearing all black, he's wearing black and purple. And he
right.
changes the tire. The music would change a little bit, and he would come back just updated. So he was
Yeah,
constantly changing with the times. The
props
only
to the corporate ministry.
that was the only Undertaker that I didn't like.
Oh,
It was a little
I
too
love it.
hokey for me.
The only
A little too
reason why
hokey.
I like the corporate ministry is because I like the music.
Oh no, the music. I was about to say the music is badass. Great theme,
Yeah,
great theme. But
it
then,
hooked me, dude. I was like, oh damn, that's bad as shit. They combined everything.
then they combined everything. See, that's when. See, they had a thing when, like, groups and like factions, they get too big. Then all of a
Oh yeah.
sudden you have like 30 guys in a faction. Like, that's what happened with the NWO. It
Oh
got
god,
way too big.
way too bad.
So
I know that.
it was just, it got to be a little too much. I thought that was like my least favorite Undertaker was actually the Ministry Undertaker. But that's just me.
I mean, it wasn't a great time for him, but it was just like I said. I just dug the theme. I just liked when they came out.
No, I liked it too. I like that theme. But as far as like the actual, I don't know, it was a little,
Yeah, no, no.
eh, not
That's
for me.
I was. I always wanted to see McMahon get his ass beat.
Oh yeah. I mean, and there's a lot of people who still do.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
like you
Um.
said. Now, what do you got on the
Uh.
Mrs. McMahon, Mrs. Helmsley,
Oh,
Mrs.
Stephanie.
Levesque?
All right. So I've been thinking about this the last couple days, and so Ashley Massaro, right? Her best friend went on a news station and was talking about what happened with Ashley and the
Right, I
sexual assault,
didn't see
right,
that.
and all that. And she named dropped Stephanie as one of the people to, quote unquote, this needs to go away. This cannot get out. Okay. Ashley wasn't dealing with Vince. She was dealing with Stephanie on this. Ashley felt safe, and she felt like this is probably going to get someplace. Maybe I'll get some justice because now I'm working with Stephanie McMahon. She's a woman, and I'm not dealing with a man. But then Stephanie comes in and is like, this cannot get out.
Yeah,
What happened to you? What happened with the military base? And this, and this. This cannot get out. We gotta sweep this underneath the rug, and we have to pretend like this never happened. Okay, so but this is the same Stephanie McMahon that woman's evolution, women
Yeah,
empowerment,
yeah,
and we deserve to be treated equal and with respect. And you know what? We can do things a whole lot better than men. We are women. We're strong. We're independent. This is the same woman who preaches all that, but we cannot talk about you getting sexually assaulted on a military base and you being
yeah.
left overseas for 4 fucking days. This cannot get out. Okay? This is so hypocritical and this is so fake. It's kind of like I put something in Deathmatch Elite about it, and I was like, what a piece of shit. Because in a way, I really do feel bad for Ashley because last week we did cover this, and she denied Vince's advancements, proving that she
Yeah.
has dignity and self-respect, and she's just not going to succumb to peer pressure and fuck her boss to make more money and advance her career. And Stephanie McMahon, who is she's a mom, she's a daughter, she has daughters. She wants to talk about all this women empowerment. She should be embarrassed and ashamed of herself.
Yeah.
Yeah, this happened back in 2006, and she wants to do what's best for business. But now look,
That's what I'm saying, dude.
this is so hypocritical.
Yeah,
This is
my
so
first,
fake. This,
sadly, my first thought, when you said she's a woman, I said, yeah, she's a woman, but in all honesty, at first, she's a McMahon.
yeah,
I mean, that identity is probably higher on her list than actually being a woman, an activist for women. She was a McMahon. Well, she is a McMahon. She especially at that time, God, there was nothing like today,
no,
company coming in to buy on you. They didn't have the deals that they have now. So yeah, they
it
were probably scared.
it was probably
That's not an excuse. She's a
no, it's
complete
not.
cunt.
Now they were
She's a complete cunt. But I mean, why she did it? It was because of her family, which is a rotten reason. But you know what I mean?
because I'm sure. Well, I'm sure Vince said to her like, "You need to tell her that this is what's going to happen. This
Yeah.
is the way it's going to go down, and
Oh
you're
yeah.
dealing with it." Because well, not only
Yeah.
am I your father, I'm your boss. Do you want
Right.
to have a
Like shit
job
like that.
tomorrow? Do you want to have a job tomorrow? Do this and get it done. So probably
Yeah,
Stephanie
dude.
was probably put in a precarious position. Like,
Like I said, it still don't make it right, but
no, it
you
doesn't
know,
make it right.
fucked up. It's
Now,
a shame because I never really hated her. You know what I mean? She never rubbed me the wrong way.
right.
But now you hear shit like this. Now you look at Shane. At, now you get it. You
Yeah,
get why he has to leave. He
right.
might be him and his mother might be the only normal ones.
Well, because I think Shane takes after his mom and Stephanie takes after her dad.
Yeah. Like I said, because like Shane, he even admitted he had to get away because of the way his father was. He didn't say was, he didn't
Right.
describe what that was, but now we're finding
But
out what that was.
right. And now we're here in 2024 and not one actual blood related McMahon has anything to do with the product. They have
Right.
nothing to do with the company.
Yeah.
Um, and actually, it was just this past week there was someone who allegedly might have been in that board meeting with Stephanie and Ashley, and she resigned. Now she's been with the company for a long time, and for her to just get up and be like, "Yeah, I'm done," there's probably other things that are going to be coming to light because
Yeah.
I doubt very much that this is the only one that ever happened. And and for people who don't know, right, about how these things work, I'll break it down for you as best I can, right? I work in substance abuse, I work in mental health. Okay. I have dealt and I know of so many, not just women, but there's men out there also who deal with this so often. It happens, these type of scenarios happen in the workplace more times than anybody will know. And it happens in corporate America more than you'll ever know. It doesn't
Oh
matter
God.
if you're a Fortune 500 company, you're on the New York Stock Exchange. I promise you it doesn't matter. Some of the stories that I've heard are fucking disgusting of some of these women and some men also that have to go through these things. And my heart goes out to Ashley Massaro and her family, and and then the NDAs that are in play, because now apparently the NDAs that Vince made up, they're not official because it wasn't drawn up by the actual company.
Right.
It was something that Vince did like on the side. So apparently now they're void. So now it's gonna be a fucking shit show.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's
Well,
you have to look at
the
this from
Rock's
two
in the
ways.
bloodline.
Exactly. Right. But you have to look at this from both sides, right? So Stephanie, yes, woman evolution, strong women, independent, I'm here for you, blah, blah, blah. Hey, you got raped out in a military base and you were stuck there for 4 days. I can't help you, but we're going to make sure that the word doesn't get out. This cannot get out. Doing Vince's dirty work.
Yeah.
So now Stephanie is put in a precarious position also. Like, nobody is winning in this.
No. Oh well.
So I'm not condoning what Stephanie did. But what I
I
would
would.
have loved to have known or to find out that, like, let's just say that Stephanie had a fucking backbone and put her foot down to her father, be like, you know what? I'm not condoning this. I will go start my own women's wrestling. And, well, we don't have to deal with this. She could have, but she
Yeah.
didn't.
Nope.
Stephanie made a
Yeah. No.
choice. She's going to have to make a choice. And she's going to have to live with that choice.
Yep.
Triple H is aware well of this also. He may not have been on the board of directors in 2006. He was with Evolution, sitting front row at a Knicks game with Flair and Batista and Randy Orton. Cool, right? Awesome.
Oh
Do your
yeah.
thing. Do your thing. But he was in the know also. He sat in those
I,
board meetings. He may
I
not have been
can't
an
hate him
official
yet.
member,
Not
but he
yet.
was in on those board meetings. This thing runs deep and it's
Oh
disgusting. And I
yeah.
really hope there's not any more of these. But this has been going on for 40 years.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's sad and unfortunate all the way
Yeah.
around. It really is. You know,
Oh well.
listen, listen. I'm a jokester, and so are you. I love some of the Vince memes and the jokes, and I did the audio version for this last week, and I had the like that 40-second clip of
Oh
Vince
yeah.
sending the
Dude, like
sext, and yeah, listen, some of it is all fun and games. Lighten
yeah.
up a little bit, all right. But at the end of the day, it's not appropriate for the workplace. People's
Nah,
lives
it's
are at
not.
stake.
Yeah.
Their reputations. You on one hand they're a multi-billion-dollar company, publicly traded, but then behind closed doors, it's still the rat race that it was back in the 80s.
Yeah.
It's just a
Yeah. You're
fucking
right.
sticker and everyone's wearing a fucking tie. That's the only
Yeah.
difference.
Yeah. No. It's completely true.
Yeah.
Oh well. We got like I said. We got
Mm-mm-mm.
Mania season coming.
We do
Hopefully we'll
have
get some
Mania
better.
season coming. We do, and then we got. Are
Yeah.
you doing?
So
Are you doing RPW at H2O? That's that WrestleMania
yeah.
Sunday. I will be
Yes.
there. I will
Yes.
be there, live and in
And
person.
yeah, since the last time we were on, they announced Danny Havoc tribute match with Slack
Mm,
and Clint Margera.
yeah, that's gonna be good. That's gonna
Yeah.
be good.
Yeah. And history wise, I know how good of friends Slack and Danny were. I did
Yeah.
not know how cool Clint and Danny were, but now I'm finding out more as you learn more. But yeah,
Hmm.
it's cool to have those two dudes go pretty crazy for Danny.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm looking forward to this.
And
Like we said, we got Mania coming
I
up.
said before, I'll say it again. Chris runs a good show with RPW. It's going to be a good one.
Yeah. It actually be my first RPW show. So
Oh, nice. Yeah, the
I've
one he had
done.
in Williamstown last year was really good.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it.
Pretty
There's
fresh.
yeah. Oh my God. So I think there's only one more thing that I want to talk about it real quick. So last week I brought up, the Titan thing, and so now last night in down in my neck of the woods in Bayville, they had, I think it was in Bayville, they had a free for all show. As in, it was a free show, come one, come on all, right? But
Oh,
then
all right.
apparently on Facebook, they $2,000 of proceeds was going to a charity. How are you making two
What?
thousand dollars in proceeds and it's getting donated if you ran an entire show for free? Hmm.
Yeah, I don't think they sold that much merch.
Things that make you go, hmm.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense.
Nah, dude, that company's weird, bro. They're out of their fucking minds.
It's terrible. You know what? And that used to be such like a up until maybe like 5 or 6 years ago, like running shows like around like where I'm at, like Brick and Tom's River and like Jackson and Howell, like there used to be like thriving. There used to be shit like every weekend, every other weekend, and people used
Yeah,
to be
yeah.
and companies used to be able to make a go of it. But now, because of these fucking clowns, they it's a
Ruining
horrible
wrestling
product.
for the rest of you.
Something
Yeah,
like
it
that.
sucks.
Yeah, it's terrible. What can you do? You know
Fuck
what?
them. I'm
Yeah,
a Chad Mims guy.
Chad fucking Mins all day. We're Chad Mins
Yeah.
guys. We're Brett Lauderdale guys. We're Matt Tremont guys. We're Party
I'm
Marty
everybody's
guys.
guy until you do something dirty to me, then I'll get you. But everybody, that's the greatest thing about this. Nobody's ever even done anything. So I love this fucking community.
Oh, is it? Dude, it's the fucking best. Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
It's the best shit ever.
dude.
Right. It's a community. It really
Yeah.
is. Yeah. You went to H2O last time. You probably knew 98% of the people that were there.
Oh yeah, dude. Like
Yeah.
it's great. And the one dude I didn't know, I love shit like this. I was talking to my kid about it earlier. The dude was like, "Yo, do you mind if like we stand near you? Because you guys are always loud and fun." I was like, "Dude, stand wherever the fuck you want. Come on, join in."
That's it. That's all you got to do.
Yeah,
Like, just go. Like, I actually had someone hit me up on Instagram. He goes, "Yo, man, I love all the shit that you post. Like, where I'm in Atlanta, where can I go see some of this stuff? Because like I'm done with WWE." So I did a little research. I'm like, well, the closest thing to you guys is No Peace Underground in Florida, and I know that's 6 hours from you guys. But I'm
and
like,
they
you
have
know
it
what?
rad.
Grab one or two of your guys and go make a drive and make a fucking day out of it. What's there to lose? You know what I
Dude,
mean?
we're
Because like I'm,
spoiled in Jersey. The
I know
Jersey, Philly, New York area is spoiled.
we are.
Yeah,
I know.
I love it, dude.
Yeah, I mean, because we have GCW, we have H2O, we have ICW, right? We have MLW. They do the ECW arena, and then there's like SHP, and then GCW. They do Queens and Brooklyn,
Yep.
and HOG, and then they do their things in
Dude, like I say, even the XPW shows,
yeah
all the
XPW
shit you
next
want
week.
on Raw, the shows are good.
Yeah, no, they are.
Yeah, there's been definitely some moments you're just like, what the fuck? But then, it's over. That's months ago now. You can't,
Yeah,
I don't worry about that shit no more.
yeah, yeah.
You know what I
It's
mean? Learn from your mistakes. And it looks like he's trying to, dude. Like I said, that's next week, and he put together a really decent lineup. So,
he knocked it out the park with Ricky
yeah,
Shane Page.
yeah,
He did. I
yeah.
mean, now,
So,
I mean, who's going over? You got a prediction for this? Who's going over? Schlack or
uh,
RSP?
I mean, in my heart of hearts, I would love to see RSP wrestle there more than once, but
Right.
wrestling brain tells me this is a one off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, Slack goes over in some wild match.
Yeah. I think so too. There's a
Yeah.
little inclination that
Especially because they just stripped him of the other belt. You know, can he actually lose the other one right off the bat? We'll see. Who knows? It's
yeah, I
wrestling.
mean, that's
It can
see,
change.
right. That's the
You know what
thing.
I mean?
I do have like that little inclination that maybe RSP will win, right? But
We'll
then you
see.
just said that because he just got stripped of the King of the Death match, and what now? Shaq's gonna lose the heavyweight, and now he has nothing,
Yeah,
just like that.
it's rough,
Yeah, it is rough. It is rough, but
but we'll see.
you never know. And it's like I said, it is the wacky world of wrestling, man.
Yes, it
It is.
is.
It's a wacky world. There's
And
nothing
we
like
are
it.
happy to bring you some of this crazy news all the time for you.
Hell yeah. This is what we do.
Yes.
Get ready, America, because we're coming and we got a lot more stuff coming for you. That's for sure.
All the time, brother.
Yeah. All right. So, Joe, you got any last parting words?
No, like I said, just enjoy this week. XPW, then we got the ICW streams. Then I think a week off. We don't really have anything around here. And then we got GCW. So we got a couple, next
Yeah.
month it's full of some good fun.
Yeah. Once it's like March 9th, then literally I think what 3 weeks later, 4 weeks later, it's the
Yeah.
collective.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna
Yeah,
be here like
it's
that.
gonna be a good couple months.
Yeah. All right, sir. As
My
always,
man,
this is the Wrestle Death 101 podcast. He
Wrestle Death 101.
he's Joe Beisler. My name is Rich.
My man Rich.
That's right. This is episode number 3.
We'll see you again next week.
Absolutely. Peace out, America. Oh man.